Next, what we're going to do now we've got the memory installed and we've got the processor installed and the fan. What we're going to do now is we're going to install a solid state hard drive. This is 250 gig, which will go in here. So I'm going to take this cover off, which is a heatsink. My last board didn't have the heatsink on it. They don't all have it. It's got this little bit of, don't know. Anyway, this can go in two ways. I know it's this way up. You put it in at an angle like that, push it in, then you push it down like that. It'll stick up to start with. This is where you need to get this back on. Put another screw in that. Right. And that is a solid state drive installed. The next thing, that now is good to go in the machine. Connect your power supply up and your CPU power. Any other hard drives you want to, SATA ports, SATA drives or hard drives you want to connect up through all these wires. But basically, if you've got a solid state drive, memory, CPU, it only needs graphics card in this slot. I'll show you that, and then that can go into the machine. I'll show you how to install a graphics card now. I'll just go and get it. Installing a PCIe graphics card. This is RTX3060TI, the one that nearly got wrote off. You'll have seen it in one of my videos. Right, I need to lift it a bit because of, so maybe if we put the board onto this, we can pick it up like that, I think. What you'll do, you'll line the pins up. You've got to get it to the edge of the thing because of this long thing. Imagine this is in your PC now. You put that in the slot, like that, push down, and let's get it, still not over enough. And that's it, and this little back peg, there's a little peg at the back there. Once you've pushed it in, you need to lift it up, and that holds it in. But anyway, I'm going to take it back out. So press the peg down, pull backwards, whichever it is, and then lift it out. I'll show you the peg. The little peg. This is a little peg. Once it's in place, this lifts up. Anyway, this needs to go into the case. And I need to put a power supply in the case. So we'll show you that. Right, we're going to install a new power supply in the motherboard. But before we put the motherboard in, it's important to put this I/O shield in first. It goes in this slot and it pushes in from the back. Sometimes that can be a bit fiddly. Like this one is. But that's it, it's in. Do you know what I mean? Now when we put the motherboard, it'll just slide into that, hopefully. And you see what I mean at the back there? You've got to get that to feed in there. According to that, that's it. Yep, that's it. Just gotta get some bloody screws in it now. A bit tight on that fan with this memory. Don't know if you can see that. If I pull it over, you see, it's a bit tight against that fan. That one is. Still, right, we've got a couple of screws to put in this. And that's done, then I'll put the power supply in. I'll bring you back once I've screwed all this in. Right, let's get the power supply in now. We've got EVGA 80 plus white. Don't ask me what all the technical parts are. All I know is it's got to go in this machine. It slots in like that. With this, the fan's at the bottom, vents at the bottom. I don't like that idea really, but it's the way it goes in, so that's the way we'll have to do it. Right, that in, it just slots in that bottom corner. I'll show you from the back so you can see. Right here, can you see it okay? Yeah, it just slots into this hole, and the holes are there ready to put the 4 screws in. It's the same on them all. I've been doing it for years and they've always been the same place. You put the box in and the screw holes are there ready for you. It's really messy in this room. I've got 3 computers on the go at the same time, upgrading one, moving the parts from that one into another one, and from the last one the parts are going into a not so good machine. It'll be a starter for somebody. See, sometimes you can't get full falling. There you go. It's in. Oh, that should be off. Right, now it's all about cable management. Running all these wires through the back and then in. This is the main power supply there. That will clip onto that board. There, but I'm going to tidy the cables up and just showing you. There's a big long one there. You can only go in one way. Push it till it clicks. Then you'll have one for the motherboard, if I can find it. It has CPU on it, look. There's 2 of them. And that goes, I don't know if you can see, right up this corner. It's going to be really hard. I might have to take one of those fans off. We will see. I should have done it before. But there again, I've got to do the cable management. So if you can see that corner down there, CPU goes up that corner. That will go in there. Once that's on, this machine will run. That's a bit better. Right, bear with me. I'm going to pull all the cables from the back and around the back and back into the front, and I'll show you when it's tidied up. Okay, so what have I done? I've put the graphics card in, which I showed you how to do when the motherboard is out. I've connected those 2 connectors up for the CPU there and run the cables down this way. They wasn't long enough to go around the back and in. Put the fans back in. Run the cable around the back for the main power. Put the graphics card in. I forgot to tell you about this plugging the graphics card in. Now it will have on it, you see, PCI, I don't know if you can see that because my thing. There should be a couple of them. Anyway, the lead goes from there and plugs into your graphics card. If you've got a more beefier graphics card, you might have 2 slots, and that's why you've got this other one. But mine only has the one, and it plugs in there. Look, that's in. I've connected up my game drives. Now all that is, down on the motherboard there, you'll see some connectors for, you know, the SATA connectors there. one out for you. There's two, well there's four on this board. You just put the one end in to the board, push them right in, and the other end goes in the back of the hard drives. And then you got the power coming from the PSU. That's one of these, and they fit there. So I'll get one off and show you. Look, it's got a little L shape on it and a little L shape on that. So when you push it in, that's it. Done. So this is ready to go now. The next thing for me to do is to rig up all the RGB, which is all these light up and all the daft stuff. But that's ready to go. I'm going to go and try it. Because this isn't a modular power supply, there's a ton of cables left over. I'm going to put a cable tie around them and just tuck them down the bottom there somewhere. Put the back on, put the front on, give it a test and see how we get on. And that's it. It's in the case, all working. And I am now, at the minute, editing the video that you're watching on it. So it's all good. And there's the one that I was fixing. The other one of the other ones. Yeah, but anyway, it's not as hard as you think to put a computer together. The end.